Imagine holding a device that feels more like a part of you than a gadget. A phone that knows your routines, a laptop that just works, a watch that keeps your life in sync seamlessly, effortlessly. This is the world of Apple. For decades, Apple hasn't just sold products, it has sold identity, status, and trust. Users queue overnight for new launches. They pay premium prices without hesitation. They defend every design change as if it were personal. And here's the remarkable part. Once people enter the Apple universe, very few ever leave. Why? It's not just about features. It's not just about shiny gadgets. It's about a perfect storm of design, ecosystem, trust, and culture. Apple has built more than technology. It has built an experience so seamless that switching feels inconvenient. A community so aspirational that leaving feels like betrayal. A promise so consistent that customers willingly pay for reliability, simplicity, and style. In this video, we'll uncover the secrets behind Apple's unshakable loyalty, from its design philosophy and ecosystem mastery to emotional branding and social influence. This is the story of why Apple customers never leave and what every brand can learn from it. In 1976, in a small garage in Los Altos, California, two young visionaries, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, started a company that would change the world. It wasn't just about computers. It was about creating technology people loved to use. From the Apple I to the Macintosh, the philosophy was clear. Design matters, simplicity matters, and emotion matters. Jobs didn't just want functional products. He wanted people to feel something when they touched them. Every curve, every interface, every interaction was deliberate. This early focus created a culture within Apple that extended far beyond the devices themselves. Innovation wasn't just about specs, it was about experience. And experience was emotional. By the time Apple launched the iMac in the late 1990s, the company had already mastered one key principle: products that resonate deeply create loyal users. People didn't just buy computers. They bought into a philosophy, a lifestyle. Apple's culture was also built on storytelling and aspiration. Marketing campaigns weren't about features. They were about identity. You'll think differently. You'll be creative. You'll belong to something extraordinary. This culture set the foundation for what would become the most loyal customer base in the tech world. Customers weren't just using Apple products. They were joining a movement. And that's the first secret to why Apple customers never leave. They don't just buy a device, they buy into a culture and a vision that feels personal, inspiring, and irreplaceable. Next, we'll explore the ecosystem trap, where Apple turns convenience, integration, and interconnectivity into a loyalty machine that few can resist. By the time Apple began dominating the 2000s, the company had discovered a secret that would define its customer loyalty for decades: the ecosystem. It wasn't just about selling a phone, a laptop, or a tablet. It was about making every device work seamlessly together, creating an experience so smooth that leaving the brand became inconvenient, almost unthinkable. Think about it. Your iPhone connects effortlessly to your MacBook. Messages sync instantly across devices. Photos appear on every screen without you lifting a finger. AirPods, Apple Watch, iPad, they all communicate like a single, intelligent system. Once you enter this world, switching to another brand isn't just about buying a new device. It's about losing the harmony you've grown used to. Your contacts, your photos, your music, your apps, all the little conveniences you take for granted would suddenly become fragmented. Apple also locks its software and services tightly. iMessage, FaceTime, iCloud, Apple Music, these aren't just apps. They're glue. They create dependency without being forceful. It's subtle, it's elegant, it's invisible, until you try to leave. And that's the genius of the ecosystem. It's both functional and psychological. People don't just stay because it's practical. They stay because breaking free feels disruptive. It's easier to stick with Apple than to start over somewhere else. The ecosystem also encourages upgrades. When you buy a new MacBook, you want the latest iPhone to match. When you buy an Apple Watch, you need an iPhone to unlock its full potential. It's not coercion, it's a natural extension of convenience and compatibility. By building this interconnected web, Apple didn't just sell products. It sold lock-in without friction. It created a world where loyalty isn't just about love for the brand, it's about effort, comfort, and continuity. This strategy transformed casual users into lifelong customers. It created a barrier that competitors can't easily breach, no matter how advanced their devices are. In the next chapter, we'll explore design and emotional connection, where Apple's obsession with aesthetics, simplicity, and human-centered design deepens loyalty even further. One of the biggest reasons Apple customers never leave isn't just convenience or ecosystem, it's emotion. From the very beginning, Steve Jobs understood a fundamental truth. People don't just buy technology, they buy feelings. The way a product looks, the way it feels in your hand, the subtle satisfaction of a smooth interface. These are the things that create loyalty that transcends utility. Apple devices are instantly recognizable. Sleek, minimalist designs, clean lines, and a sense of precision make every product feel like a work of art. When you hold an iPhone, MacBook, or Apple Watch, it's not just a tool, it's an experience. But the emotional connection goes beyond aesthetics. It's also about ease of use. Apple products are designed to just work. There's almost no friction between thought and action. Want to send a message? Swipe and type. Want to take a photo? Open the camera, it's instantly ready. Want to sync across devices? It happens automatically. This attention to detail communicates care and craftsmanship, which builds trust and attachment. Users feel Apple understands them, their needs, and their lives. The company also excels in storytelling and marketing, which reinforce emotional bonds. Advertisements don't focus on specs. They focus on lifestyles, creativity, and aspiration. You're not just buying a phone, you're joining a community. You're part of a movement. You're thinking differently. This messaging creates a sense of belonging, a subtle pride of ownership, and a connection to a brand larger than oneself. Apple also leverages anticipation and delight. The experience of unboxing a product is almost ritualistic. Every detail of the packaging, the way the device is presented, the smoothness of the interface, it all feels intentional. This ritual builds attachment. Every time someone opens a new iPhone, it's a reminder of Apple's meticulous attention to the user experience. Design and emotional connection are also socially reinforced. Using Apple products signals taste, sophistication, and modernity. It's a visual cue that says, I value quality, design, and simplicity. Even casual users feel part of something aspirational. All of these factors, beauty, ease of use, thoughtful design, emotional branding, and social signaling, combine to create deep, almost subconscious loyalty. It's not enforced. It's cultivated. Customers aren't trapped, they're captivated. This emotional bond is why Apple doesn't have to compete solely on specifications or price. Even when cheaper or more powerful alternatives exist, users remain loyal because Apple products resonate on a personal, emotional level. The brand feels familiar, comfortable, and reliable while also evoking pride and status. By focusing on design as both function and emotion, Apple has created something few companies achieve: customers who feel ownership, identity, and pride in their devices. It's why millions stay, upgrade, and evangelize the brand year after year. Next, we'll explore trust, security, and reliability, where Apple reinforces loyalty by ensuring users feel safe, protected, and consistently satisfied with their devices. Beyond the sleek designs, seamless ecosystem, and emotional appeal, there's another pillar holding Apple's customer loyalty together: trust. Apple has cultivated a reputation that few tech companies can match, a reputation built on security, privacy, and reliability. In an age where personal data is constantly at risk, Apple positions itself as the guardian of its users' information. Messages are encrypted. Face ID protects devices with biometric security. iCloud offers cloud storage that is simple, yet tightly controlled. Customers don't just buy Apple products. They trust Apple with their lives, work, and memories. Reliability goes hand in hand with security. Apple products rarely crash, freeze, or fail unexpectedly. Software updates are consistent, devices are durable, and the integration between hardware and software is unmatched. Where many competitors struggle with fragmentation, glitches, or inconsistent performance, Apple offers predictable excellence. This trust extends beyond technology. Apple has also created a support ecosystem that makes users feel valued. Genius bars, customer service, and seamless repair processes reduce friction and anxiety for users. When something goes wrong, Apple resolves it quickly, reinforcing the perception that you are in safe hands. This combination of security and reliability creates a psychological comfort zone. Users feel confident that their investment is protected. They don't have to worry about compatibility issues, malware, or obsolescence. This is especially true for enterprise users, parents managing family devices, and professionals who rely on their phones and laptops daily. Apple also carefully manages software and hardware updates to maintain consistency across devices. Every operating system update is controlled, tested, and rolled out globally. This contrasts sharply with competitors in the Android ecosystem, where fragmentation often leaves users with outdated or insecure devices. The predictability reinforces loyalty. If you buy an Apple device, you know what you're getting and it works every time. Trust also intertwines with Apple's brand values. Privacy isn't just a feature, it's a promise. Reliability isn't just performance, it's a commitment. By delivering on these promises consistently, Apple creates a bond that is difficult to break, even when competitors offer flashy features or lower prices. This trust and reliability aren't just technical, they're emotional. Users feel safe, empowered, and in control. They don't switch brands because doing so would mean stepping into uncertainty. In short, Apple loyalty isn't accidental, it's engineered through consistent performance, unwavering security, and a commitment to protecting users' digital lives. Customers remain not only because they love the products, but because they trust the brand with what matters most. Next, we'll explore community, status, and the Apple effect, where Apple's culture, prestige, and social influence cement lifelong loyalty and transform users into passionate advocates. Apple loyalty isn't just about design, ecosystem, or reliability, it's also about identity, community, and status. From the moment a person buys their first iPhone or MacBook, they become part of something bigger. Apple users aren't just consumers. They are participants in a culture and lifestyle carefully cultivated over decades. This starts with the subtle status signal Apple devices send. The sleek design, the logo, the unmistakable interface, it all communicates taste, sophistication, and modernity. Owning an Apple device signals to the world that you value quality, innovation, and simplicity. Even without words, your iPhone, MacBook, or Apple Watch tells a story about who you are. Beyond status, Apple creates a shared community of users. Think about the excitement of a product launch. People queue for hours or even days just to get the latest iPhone. Social media buzzes with reviews, tips, and photos. Apple users exchange experiences, troubleshoot together, and evangelize the brand to friends, family, and coworkers. This creates a sense of belonging that strengthens loyalty. Apple also leverages marketing and storytelling to reinforce emotional attachment. Advertisements rarely focus on specifications. They focus on experiences, creativity, and aspiration. You're not just buying a device, you're joining a movement. You're part of a culture that celebrates innovation and individuality. This messaging resonates deeply, making the brand feel personal and irreplaceable. The Apple effect goes even further. It's almost addictive. Once users are immersed in the ecosystem, social norms, and community, leaving becomes more than inconvenient. It feels like losing a part of your identity. Switching to a competitor isn't just a practical change, it's an emotional one. Moreover, Apple maintains continuity and consistency in its brand experience. Every device, every update, every retail store reflects the same attention to detail, creating a predictable and comfortable environment. Users know what to expect, and that reliability strengthens the sense of trust and loyalty. Finally, Apple cleverly blends practical benefits with emotional and social rewards. Your iPhone works seamlessly with your MacBook. Your AirPods connect automatically. Your Apple Watch tracks your health effortlessly. Meanwhile, owning Apple products communicates status, sophistication, and belonging. It's a combination of utility, emotion, and social reinforcement that competitors struggle to replicate. This is why Apple customers rarely leave. It's not just about functionality. It's about identity, community, and emotional investment. Apple doesn't sell devices. It sells experiences, belonging, and prestige. Once a user becomes part of that world, leaving feels almost impossible. And that is the ultimate lesson. Loyalty isn't bought, it's cultivated through design, ecosystem, trust, and culture. Apple customers stay not because they have to, they stay because leaving would mean losing a part of themselves. If you find this story fascinating, kindly like the video, share, and subscribe for more. Mauricio, let's know what you feel about Apple products in the comments. See you next time.